talk on the whole sensitive situation, but
What situation?
sensitive situation, sorry.
Oh yeah.
On the Greenwood and Mendy stuff. No, like we don't have to. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm listening.
I'm proceeding. No, it's not even the thing. I just want to see where your head's at in relation to.
You start first.
Okay, I'll start. So, if you don't know, two footballers have been found not guilty by the courts. One didn't even. It was by the courts because they reached court, so it means there wasn't enough evidence supposedly. But
with
with
Greenwood.
one, because that's gone to court. But yeah. So yeah. So obviously there's a lot of discourse right now about whether the players should be back for Greenwood in terms where because he hasn't gone to court.
So quickly, did you hear the report from BBC Sport that Man United are gonna liaise with the women's team first before making that decision?
That's all palaver, man. They've made a decision. They just delaying it because there was a woman's, I think, kind of like riot they were planning. So, because I meant to announce it today that it was coming back, but because of that woman's protest, they're just trying to delay it. Because really and truly, this is gonna sound negative. Football's a business. The women's football team does not bring in the money for United. So, that's what I'm gonna say on that. Yeah. So there's an argument for Greenwood saying, bro shouldn't be playing because, you know, we heard the tapes. But then again, another argument comes in where social media courts is not real life. Because if we go on social media courts, bro, the amount of stuff we've seen, like recently, Tory Lanez just got put for 10 years. The social media, most of the social media I saw, I'll say for me, he was saying he was innocent, free him, Meg, bro got slapped to heavy, 10 years, bro. Anyway, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The other one, Mendy, he went to court. I think it was like 16 different, something like that. Mad, bare charges.
Yeah.
None was found guilty. Now he's playing again, but he's now suing for his money back that they didn't pay him. They're saying again, should he play?
Rightly so. If he's found no guilty, the evidence that they've seen and they've
But now,
gathered.
that's the interesting thing I'm saying. Because maybe just me being a law buff, me just graduating from law, yeah.
But
does it make Mendy's situation better?
But do you know why you have to be so careful? Yeah. Obviously, there's some men that are gonna be like, he's found no guilty, so he's not guilty. Okay, cool. Let's keep it 100. How many men do we know that have done fuckery? When I mean fuckery, let's say for example, there's people that are in that know that a man has murdered someone and he's bust case, but he's done. Everyone knows that he's done it, but no one's gonna say anything. You're gonna tell me that he's not guilty? No, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. I'm not gonna speak too much, but there's situations for a fact I know that someone's done this. They went to court for it. They bust case, but I know for a fact that they've done it. The person within certain circles, the person has said, I did. Oh,
but bro,
man,
you know what I'm gonna say though?
So that's why when people come online and say, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying you lot don't pick and choose. That's what I'm saying. In this world, we're all hypocrites. Because let's keep it 100. I'm just keeping it 100 now, based on the evidence with Mendy. Okay, cool. For me, when it comes to these situations, it's just so, you gotta be so careful. You gotta be so careful, because from both sides, from the girl's point of view and Mendy's point of view, going out on a limb without waiting for the evidence to come out and saying he did it because he has this amount of charges, you have to be very careful, because then look how much money he's lost on, look how much he spent for courts, and at the same time, man, like I mentioned, someone can be found not guilty, but they did that shit.
And lastly, that you said, the apologies are never as loud.
Yeah, facts.
That's the key.
Facts. It's facts. Everyone's scared to...
Everyone's so quick to banish on someone.
Yeah.
That when the truth comes out...
You're so quick to run on social media, but now he's found not guilty, you aren't quick to come and say... some people even... 3
years of his life, bro. That's a guy...
That was on...
This is me talking... I'm not talking about the case, I'm talking about separately. Imagine your whole life you've worked a bank. I really know it's not easy to make a professional ball, bro. Especially playing for Man City. your whole life you've been working towards that. Football, 3 years, gone just like that. And people say, yeah, but I was running to the footballer. But it's more like it's the mental aspect of my sacrifice that I've done. Bro, think about it in any workplace where for 3 years, things have just been taken out of your own hand where you're not allowed to do something you love.
Mad.
That's mad, bro.
It's mad. It's sad as well, though. It's sad as well, but it's like...
And I got a sister. I'm saying this before, because at Benson, we all know people that have women reprimanded for the things they should be, that they've done. But going back to the Greenwood case, see, I don't know how to feel about this one. Because the cynical law in me says, trust me, bro, if these men had enough evidence, or...
What's enough evidence?
So what I mean
because there's voice notes and there's bruises on the girl.
Yeah, but
what more? Give me an example of something that she need apart from like the blatant CCTV camera.
Yeah,
within their room.
They will need her to corroborate, which is a bit techie if she's already in a relationship, or because we know that the statistics that a lot of people who are in domestic violence
are scared to cooperate, which is 100%.
Secondly, this world of AI has been going on before this year. And I said,
wait, hold on. The world of AI.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to get to. I'm not on the point that I want people to read this to what I'm saying here. What we saw on social media, we always have to take with a pinch of salt. One, because it's social media. Two, because the context. The voice note, that was something where I said, alright, cool, yo. But in the insult society we live in, I'm not saying we're saying among them. We know there are guys like that. The same guy that will say, hey, yo, he's da. But we've seen how you talk to girls live fam, on road. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro. And thirdly, so I said this in the group chat and the man took me. I said, man, this is crazy, but I'm not saying nothing. And I can't say he's guilty or not guilty until I see what happens. Because I know as a black man, but I'm not trying to take it there. If they had something on Greenwood, he's gone. I promise, same way they tried to go for Mendy hard, because these are guys that are big in society where they would want to make a statement. Let's be real, bro. The police would want to make a statement of you, make a scapegoat and be like, make an example. So the fact for me that Greenwood, 18 months, they didn't have enough evidence to even go to a trial. I'm not saying win the trial, but go to a trial. There is something, and I'm just saying, there is something that we're missing or we haven't been told about the situation. Because the Mendy one, we get it. He went to trial. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Bust it. But, like he said, with what evidence we saw, you would think that's enough. But then obviously the dad coming out and saying, yo, they're just enough. Just there's some... Let's keep him short if we're going to...
Yeah, obviously, now, for example, like, you have to think of stuff holistically.
Yeah.
Whereby, cool, yeah, the dad's come out. But at the same time, the argument out there is going to be, this is Mason Greenwood, Man United, young star, on 80k a week.
Yeah.
The provider, Nike endorsement, Cadbury endorsement, plays for Man United, the biggest club in the world, you can argue. Or, yeah, basically, you can argue basically the biggest club in the world, or one of the... And all of a sudden now, he goes to prison. The girl loses more or less everything. He loses because his contract will get terminated. And then the lifestyle... Yeah. Some people will think about that, and unfortunately, as much as people might feel like, nah, he did that shit. That's not the reason why. Blah blah blah. Like that's just the reality. How many times, like even just in relationship, we speak about. We mentioned it. You just mentioned it now, whereby there's some like, and it happens in relationships. Unfortunately, that whereby women will endure through something like that, just because. Of the status of the man. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. And sometimes like the man not even on the same status as Mason Greenwood.
Yeah. And they feel like they don't lower stay there because they feel like, oh, this is a worthy trade for the lifestyle I'm living, or I can live with this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's fair, but you know,
that's just the reality.
That's trauma.
It happens.
Trauma love.
You see, you see all the time whereby girls are scared to leave because they don't know what they're gonna do with themselves after because they
don't have an identity of themselves. That domestic violence to strip them of their identity.
Because they rely so heavily. Because they rely so heavily on the man sometimes, or like the marriage. So it's like.
So what? Do you think Greenwood should play? Just get out there.
I don't support Man United, so I don't care. I'm an Arsenal through and through, so I'm not gonna answer that. Partey's got nothing to do with this. He's got nothing to do with this.
You see me, yeah?
You try to drop Partey's name and that. Yeah.
You see me, yeah? But, because what I said to the man them is the same man them, and I know them. But, and they agreed with me, they actually agreed, they said, you know what, you're right. These same man saying, oh, we want this filthy to come out of our club.
By the way,
I promise you, if he bangs a goal at OT,
listen, I said
they're
this.
screaming his name.
Listen,
if
Greenwood,
he bangs at you,
if Greenwood, if they let Greenwood play, yeah, but everyone knows that he's gonna get slaughtered by fans away every single game.
he knows that though.
He knows that. However,
he knows that.
the best way for him, if he does to shut everyone up, if he does come back, is have a 20-goal season.
Bang goals.
Back to if he has I'll say one full season and he's on crud.
He's on crud. And that's the annoying thing, because we know
that's
he's
the
on
reality.
crud, bro.
That's the reality.
And that's what I'm saying, because, come on, bro, I said to you, if it was 1-1 in a game, you bring Greenwood on, he bangs the last minute goal.
And he's celebrating.
The same man that were chanting, yo, he's a hero, they're going to remix that chant, call him a hero, bro. Bro, football fandom is not real life, bro. These men are fickle, bro.
The same man, as I mentioned, that in comment sections abusing players, when they see them, no, you're not hitting the
Inter Milan fans will call Romelu Lukaku a monkey, their own player. Yeah. And then he scored for them winners, they're screaming, oh, Lukaku. Bro, football, man. Let's keep it a buck, bro.
That's the thing.
Let's keep it a buck. No, bro, come on, let's keep it a buck, bro.
It's mad like that. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to say about the Greenwood. I'm trying to put my finger. What was I going to say? Oh, there was something about Greenwood I was going to mention, or football in general.
Football, I'm going to say one thing I say is football mirrors society, while Ben thinks about that. Football mirrors society in terms of, like, as Ben was talking about, when you're rich, you live a different moral, social status, lifestyle to us. There are more things you can get away with your money, not just because of your money, but because of who you are. Like, we've seen a lot of stuff over social media recently about cancel culture, this, that, and people forget about it any day. And
I got it now. Yeah. I got it now. So, for example, yeah, I've seen, like, if we're speaking it from both sides, yeah, I've seen in real life, let's be real, footballers are targets, not just to man them, to girls as well. Yeah. We have to take that into account. Like, I've seen it live in my face, how girls move around guys around footballers even. I've seen it live how easy it is for man them. Do you get what I'm saying? And the thing is that these girls, they know who they are. Instagram, we see Instagram, you see a footballer, I don't know.
Haaland scored already, 4 minutes in.
Who's that?
Haaland scored already.
Oh, that's my FPL.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Yeah, we've seen how these footballers are. Their jaws on. As I mentioned, their targets to man them. They got man them that will try to rob them. So yeah, like their targets to man, as I mentioned, man them and to girls. So we have to take this into consideration, unfortunately, because it's just the world that we're living in. Like, girls will happily, and it's true. I don't care what anyone says. Girls will happily sleep with a footballer just to say, I slept with a footballer because like, for example, because it's Jack Grealish. This is Jack Grealish, Man City star, sponsored by Gucci, 1 point or however million followers he's got. Like, they'll happily say, oh yeah, I was with Jack Grealish last night on his table, this, that, and the other. Like, that's a thing. So we have to take that into consideration as well. And it's like, we have to realise that, and as I mentioned as well, man them as well, footballers are wearing all these watches and kettles and stuff in London or in a club. There's man them outside that will be basically prowling around the radius of a club like Tape or Libertine, knowing that there's man them of a certain status or financial wealth to try and prey on them. So this is the reality that we need to actually consider as well. But people don't. They don't do that. So, for example, when you consider someone like a Mendy's case, for example, when they see that the girl searched up his net worth, unfortunately, that's evidence that you have to take into play because, as I just mentioned, footballers are targets, unfortunately. People are out there knowing that these guys are millionaires, trying to prey on that and trying to get a quick buck.
Please, if you're doing something...